Every day, millions of people read the news, yet what we see often depends where we're looking. The same story can feel very different depending on the outlet's political leaning. But what if you could instantly see the bias right as you're reading without leaving the page? Hi, my name is Manas Nagalia, and for the Congressional App Challenge, I built a browser extension called the Genuine Journal. This automatically detects the political bias of any news article you're reading and shows a simple, easy to understand rating right there on the page. So the problem I set out to solve was that a lot of this political bias is often overlooked at, and this creates echo chambers in the media. Therefore, the solution I created with my browser extension, the Genuine Journal, was to provide a clear bias rating along with an explanation to help users build their news literacy skills as well as reduce polarization in our current media environment. Now, the purpose of my browser extension is to increase news literacy and reduce polarization by detecting political bias wherever you read. Our target audience that we're targeting is avid political news readers who read many news articles per day and would benefit from my browser extension. The tech stack I use to create my browser extension is the following. On the front end, I use JavaScript paired with TypeScript. And then on the back end, I use Node.js with the GPT-5 API to use the AI to come up with a bias rating of the news article. Now, let's head on to the demo and see how my browser extension works in action. So as you can see here, I loaded in a New York Times opinion article. And if you go into the top right corner of the Chrome browser, you'll see that I, the user, has installed my extension, and it shows the logo right over here. Now, if I were to refresh this page, on the bottom right corner of the page, it will show with the abbreviation TGJ, the Genuine Journal, it's loading the rating. Now, it scans the article, reads it, and the AI comes up with a bias rating and explanation right over here. It will show a marker on where the article fits in the political spectrum, along with this explanation explaining why it was chosen as this bias rating. For this article, on the other hand, it shows it as lean right, along with an explanation. And for this other New York Times article, it will show it that it's ranked at center and another explanation. So with all three articles, you can see that my browser extension does not take into account the institution or the media channel. Instead, it takes into account the actual language of the article to come up with the bias rating and uses that in the explanation to allow the user to build their news literacy skills. Thank you for listening to my submission of the 2025 Congressional App Challenge. Thank you.